Welcome to Cover Having number 2. This is part 2 of Blade being a hybrid anomaly. So, I did tell you guys that Shatterstar also, because Shatterstar is the son of Longshot and Dazzler. Shatterstar is a mutant who is the son of Longshot and Dazzler. Dazzler being a mutant, Longshot being an entity from the Mojo universe, or the Mojo world, where everything is all about TV all the time, all day, every day. And Longshot is a hero or a rebel or the villain, depending on if you ask Mojo or Mojo 2 or even Mojo 3. Anyway, there's always a Mojo. Now, getting back onto Blade, why did I bring Shatterstar into this? Because Shatterstar is the definition of a hybrid anomaly, being that Dazzler's a mutant. Longshot can be classified as a mutant on 616, but he's not biologically a mutant like Shatterstar and his mother Dazzler. Alright? Now, back to Blade, aka Eric Brooks, because I had to Google his last name. Eric Brooks is a hybrid anomaly. He's more human than vampire, but he has vampire abilities. Alright? He has all their strengths and none of their weaknesses. Again, he doesn't have their weaknesses because his vampire daddy, Deacon Frost, never made him a biological vampire through the means of procreation. In other words, Deacon Frost is not Eric Brooks' biological daddy. Deacon Frost and Eric Brooks' mama never got busy doing the nasty. Which means whoever Eric Brooks' dad is, his biological daddy was a human. His biological mother was a human who got attacked while pregnant with Eric Brooks in her womb. Her enzymes and his enzymes somehow mutated inside the wound in the embryonic sac, mutating Eric into a hybrid anomaly. Alright? Now, other Marvel heroes that kind of fall into the hybrid anomaly would be Spider-Man, because he's human, but the spider bite and the radiation mutated him and made him what he is today, which is kind of cool and funny at the same time because none of his clones went through the man spider process. Kane didn't go through it, Ben Reilly didn't go through it, and the other Scarlet Spiders that with the New Warriors, Joe Wade or some shit like that, they are clones of each other, but not clones of Spider-Man. But they don the Scarlet Spider suit, but they wear the Iron Spider outfit, actually. So, moving back over here to Blade, Blade is a hybrid anomaly due to the fact from the bite from Deacon Frost. He is not a half-breed because he had human parents. None of his parents were vampires. So if you're a Blade fan, and you want to correct me on that, that's fine. But I'm going to tell you that technically, he's a hybrid anomaly. He's not half vampire. See, people think Blade was half vampire, but you can't be half of something that you never had a part of in the first place. Now, if you take Jessica Jones and you take Luke Cage's baby, Jessica Jones is white. Luke Cage is black. Their baby is half white and half black. That makes them half-breeds. My parents were half-breeds. So, I am a hybrid of two half-breeds, making me multicultural, as I said in the other video. This is how you break it down so that everybody understands that the Daywalker is not a half-breed. The Daywalker is all human, but he's a hybrid anomaly due to the enzymes being changed inside the woman's womb, giving birth to him, which is what made him into a vampire. As you know, light doesn't really affect Blade. He can walk in the sun, he can bask in the sun, where most vampires, they walk out in the sun, they burst into flames and they die. But Blade can't do that. No, he can walk out in the sun all damn day, not catch so much as a sunburn. But it's because Blade is a hybrid anomaly. He is not a half vampire. Now, a lot of people who are Blade fans are going to come at me, and they're going to throw all kinds of shit at me. So, unless Blade was retconned since the whole movie fiasco and the Wesley Snipes thing and other stuff like that, if it hasn't been retconned to make one of Blade's parents an actual vampire and one of them a human, then Blade is not a half vampire, half human. Alright? There is different ways of explaining. In the other video, I brought up Cyclops' brother's Adam X, who is a hybrid human slash mutant because he's Catherine's son, which makes her human. He's also Dekin's son, which is an alien from the Shi'ar Empire. But he has magical powers, he has alien powers as well as mutant powers, or at least he used to before they got rid of him, if they still have him, or if they retconned him right on out of Marvel Universe. But that's that difference maker. I brought up Shatterstar because Longshot is a supposed artificial life form in the Mojoverse. Okay? And Dazzler's a real human from the 616. They had a baby. Alright? And his name is Shatterstar. Now, that thing about being hybrid anomalies, Spider-Man is the top example of a hybrid anomaly because he was a human until he got bit by the radioactive bite. Same with Miles Morales. They're both anomalies because they have different spider sets, where Silk is also a anomaly because she was bit by the same spider that bit Peter. And then you have Miguel O'Hara, who drank a serum to prevent from being brainwashed, which was also somebody spiked it with some spider DNA, and next thing you know, Miguel O'Hara mutated into Spider-Man 2099. So those guys are anomalies. Blade is a hybrid anomaly because he's completely human, just like the rest of them, but he's also vampirish with the powers of the vampire. Now, Morbius, on the other hand, is vampire due to the vampire bite mixed with Spider-Man's blood and that kind of shit and the electric radiation. So that kind of super jazz Morbius, alright? But, again, if you're going to see the movie, they changed all that shit. But, like I said, this is specifically why Blade is a hybrid anomaly. Now, again, Deacon Frost is not Blade's biodad, alright? He's just the reason Blade has become a vampire. But Blade's mom was never a vampire. She was always a human being. She got attacked by a vampire while she was pregnant. The enzymes in her womb mutated Blade, making him a hybrid anomaly. Alright? He's a hybrid because the enzymes mixed with his blood protected him from all the bad shit that comes with being a vampire, and only gave him all the good shit. Their strength, their agility, their durability. Everything else he was taught by Whistler on how to fight and everything. So you have to weigh that in as why Blade is not a vampire. He's not remotely close to being a vampire. Yet he has the fangs. That came with the mutation. But he's nowhere near a vampire. And here's where shit gets even more complicated. He's not a fucking mutant either. Alright? So, let me explain how mutants find out, with the exception of one, that they are mutants. Most mutants, for boys, hit 13, hit puberty, they become superpowered or whatever their mutant anomaly is going to be. For girls, when they hit 12 or 13, when they start, because, you know, girls mature faster than boys, physically and mentally, in most cases, they get their first period and they get their mutant powers. Okay? And that's pretty much the gist of that. Blade came out with fangs and his mutant powers. Now, I think that's how it was. I think he was born with his teeth. I'm not going to swear to that because I'm not a big Blade fan. But for the sake of argument, Blade grew fangs. Now, I don't know how many times he's had to grow fangs, but he grew fangs. Right? Miguel O'Hara, when he got mutated, he also grew fangs. Venomous fangs. Anyway, moving back on to Blade. To be a half-breed, you have to have two people or two different species to be a half-breed. To be a hybrid and an anomaly, you have to have two people or two species of different species specifics to be a hybrid. All right, like if I was on Star Trek, I would love to be a character who's native and Bajoran, because Bajorans are my favorite people on Star Trek. Not Vulcans, not Romulans, not Klingons. I want to be a Bajoran. As you see my skin tone, it'd have to make me a half breed because I'm not fucking white. So I'd be half Bajoran and half black or half native. Preferably half native. So there you go. But I would also wind up being a hybrid species. Okay? Now, a lot of people don't understand how that works, but that's how that works. It's the same concept with Blade. The difference being that both of Blade's parents were human. Deacon Frost was the X factor that made Blade into the hybrid anomaly. Understand how that works? I hope I've explained this to you well on a scientific level. If I haven't, you might want to Google hybrid and then anomaly. See, an anomaly is a whole different aspect of shit. A hybrid is easily explained by a lower life form having a baby with a higher life form. Like Star-Lord, for instance. If you go with the MCU version of Star-Lord, Star-Lord's dad being the living planet, Ego, and his mom being a human, and he gave his mom cancer so that he could disappear because she wasn't going to let him leave because she was in love with him. Therefore, Quill is a hybrid, alright? Because his dad is an alien and his mom was a human. It makes them a hybrid. Adam X, his mom was a human, his daddy is an alien. Same exact concept. What makes Blade different is because the vampire bite from Deacon Frost made Blade into the anomaly. It also made him into the hybrid. Alright? Because Blade was a normal human in the womb until his mom got bit by Deacon Frost. So now he's a hybrid anomaly. He's more of an anomaly than a hybrid, but as time goes on, his powers manifest and he became the hybrid anomaly because he's able to do things that the vampires can't even do now. As for fighting skills and everything, it all comes natural from the vampire enzyme versus the human enzyme. Every human has the capability of being good fighters. We all do. But specifically in Marvel Universe and stuff, some humans more than others, mostly mutants and inhumans, are hybrid anomalies, but they're mostly the ones that are classified as Omega level mutants. But you can't classify Blade as a mutant because he's not a mutant. He was mutated due to enzymes inside the womb. Hopefully that makes some sense to y'all. However, I gotta get rid of these damn things, they're distracting me. However, neither one of Blade's biological parents were vampires, so Blade cannot be half vampire, like everyone believes him to be. He's not. Now, another hybrid anomaly that we can say, if they ever bring her back, or if they bring her to the 616, would be Mayday Parker, because she has her father's powers, which makes her an anomaly. Spider-Man is not a mutant, so she can't be a mutant anomaly. But Spider-Man is also an anomaly, because it's like certain things that Spider-Man inherited from the spider bite that May inherit it from birth. Okay? Same can't be said for anybody outside of Shatterstar, Adam X, and Blade. But the difference with these ones is, technically, Mayday Parker could be classified as a mutant. She can cling the walls and do everything the spider dad's kids. She just can't make webs, just like her dad couldn't make webs. Where Blade can damn near fly. Yeah, probably won't be long before they make him able to fly, because he's still manifesting his powers, unless all that shit's been stopped in retcon. But when you add the shit from Blade from the Night Stalkers versus Spider-Man show versus the movies, you'll understand that Blade is not a vampire. He can sense them, he can smell them, he can hunt them down. But he's not a vampire. He's not a half-breed vampire. He's not what they list him as outside of the Daywalker. He's not a vampire. He has the enzymes from Deacon Frost, which mutated him. But he's not a mutant. That's what makes him an anomaly. Alright? I hope I explained this to y'all. I'm pretty sure that there's going to be some genius that's going to rip both my videos apart, and I welcome you to it. But when you think about it, because you're smarter than me, you're going to realize Echo Fang Grey Wolf is right. If both Blade's parents were human, and Deacon Frost bit the mother, changing Blade in her womb to a half-vampire, half-human, making him a hybrid anomaly, you'll figure out what I'm saying is actually correct versus what you think you heard. Now remember, he's not a vampire. Neither one of his parents was half vampire. And unless that's been retconned, Blade is a hybrid anomaly. That being said, I'm Echo Fang Grey Wolf. I hope you like both videos. I'm sorry about the background noise in both videos. Be seeing ya.